Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Elliot Patotsky. I am the station manager for LaSalle University's radio station, 102.9 WLAS LP Newton. I am joined by a very special guest today, Sweet Lou II. He is a Harlem Globetrotters basketball player. And Sweet Lou, man, growing up, I was obsessed. I was obsessed. I wanted to spin a basketball on my finger from the day I was 3 years old. I'm not even kidding, man. Like, and I can do it today. I'm proud to say. That's right there, man. Yeah. It's like a full circle moment for me right now. But this is really cool to have this opportunity. And the Harlem Globetrotters, in fact, come to Boston on December 26th.
Yep,
They're going to be at TD Garden, 2
yep,
p.m. and 7 p.m.
yep, yep.
And yeah, let's get right into it, Sweet Lou. So, for the people that, might not know a whole lot about the Harlem Globetrotters, your brand, what you guys bring to the basketball court, just tell me a little bit about who are the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Harlem Globetrotters is one of, or we like to say, the world's basketball team. Uh, so we travel all over the world playing basketball games. We started in 1926. We're going into our 99th year, so there's a lot of history behind our name. And we've just done so much over the years. We're known as Goodwill Ambassadors. We really like to give back to our communities. For instance, yesterday I went and visited a children's hospital and was able to visit with families and children, and being able to go in there and just give them a little bit of joy and kind of my passion that I love and that I do, and just to bring a smile to their face is truly a blessing, and that's just part of what we do.
Yeah, I think that's tremendous. It's not just all about basketball, really. What you guys try to emphasize, you just want to put a smile on people's faces. And I
Yeah,
think, that's really incredible in what you just said about, visiting a children's hospital and just giving them that same joy that
yeah,
not everyone can be fortunate enough to have.
absolutely.
You mentioned 99th year, that 100-year milestone coming up. That is, man, pretty
Yeah,
remarkable.
huge. It's huge. Not a lot of companies or organizations are around even half or even maybe a quarter. So being able to be a part of that is really an honor. And also being able to do it with my father, him going into his 48th year with the team, being a Globetrotter legend, one of 8 jerseys to be retired. And I'm the only person who gets to wear his number 41 until I'm done playing. So it's really a blessing and just an honor to be able to be with the organization at this time.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, let's get into your dad, Sweet Lou Dunbar,
Yeah.
absolute legend, like you mentioned. You know him better than anyone. He is now not only a coach, but the player or director of player personnel, correct? When did you know that you wanted to follow in his footsteps? And what has the journey been like for you?
Yeah. So I always wanted to be a professional basketball player. And then coming out of college, being drafted by the Globetrotters, it was just an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. I really wanted to travel, and this opportunity provides that and so much more. And just knowing my father's position with the team, being able to do that is just a blessing in itself. And to honestly spend more time with him, because growing up, he really wasn't around because he was always on the road. So now being with the team, I see him a lot more, and it's nice to just have that father son time as well as him being a mentor and a teacher to me as well.
Do you have any stories that maybe he has told you over the years about his playing days?
Man, yeah. So he would say that usually whenever they would have a game somewhere, they would get to the place probably like 3, maybe 4 days before. They would hang out for the like 3 days in the place and then play the game and then hang out at the place after. So it they traveled a lot, but for for me now, it's like we play, we go, we play, we go, we play, we go, we play, we go. So it's just really cool to see the differences in how they would play and prepare for games to how we prepare and play games now.
Very cool. Very cool. Tell me a little bit about that lifestyle. Do you about free time and just, your everyday life? What does it look like? What does the average day of Sweet Lou the second look like?
Yeah, yeah. So wake up, brush my teeth, get ready for the day, go have some breakfast, and then after that, we'll usually get on the bus, head to the gym pretty early, depending on if we have a doubleheader that day or if we have an early game or a late game. It all kind of depends. Um, so we'll head over to the gym. We'll get there probably like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours before. It gives us time to stretch, get loose, practice, work on some things that we need to work on or want to work on. And then it'll be game time. We'll go out there, do our thing, put smiles on people's faces. And then after that game, we'll probably have a meal for us, depending on if we have to drive after the game or if we just go straight back to the hotel. Usually we'll go back to the hotel, find some food, Uber Eats, whatever may have you, or the hotel might stay open late for us to have some food. And then it's usually bedtime after that, or we might get a couple of the guys and girls together, play some cards or dominoes or something like that after the game. Or if we don't go straight to the hotel, then we'll have like maybe like a 3 hour or 4 hour bus ride after the game. Get to the hotel. Maybe we'll be tired. Maybe we won't. And then it's the same thing the next day. So, but during the time that we are traveling, there is some time that we will have to go explore places that we are in. I had the opportunity to travel to Europe this year, as well as Egypt and Asia. So it was really a blessing. Australia and New Zealand was really cool as well. So being able to be there, play, but also sightsee is really, really cool.
Do you have a favorite place in particular that if you could play basketball like the rest of your career, where would it be? What place would it be?
Yeah, it would probably be in Australia. Probably be in Australia. People speak English, so there's no language barrier. The people are really nice, and it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, they got some very good basketball players in Australia.
Dude,
Yeah, yeah, professionals that, that's the word, kind of just a process that you play in Australia, and then a lot of players that get to the professionals. You see them in the cup. We saw them in the
yeah,
Olympics. A lot
yeah,
of good basketball players from Australia.
very good.
Um, let's see. So you talked a little bit about you go warm up and you work on your game and everything. But we all know the Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't your typical basketball game. What are you guys working on? What is your favorite thing to work on?
Yeah, so ball handling is something that I really work on a whole lot. I like to spin the basketball. So I like to work on spinning tricks. So I'm working on one right now where I can spin it. I'll throw it behind my back and I'll catch it on my finger and then I'll get it to spin sideways. So working on that one. Um, and then trick shots. We love trick shots. I love trick shots. I will stand on the opposite free throw line and shoot it backwards on the other basket while recording with my phone in my hand. So it makes it a little bit more difficult, but that's my favorite trick shot to do. Usually I'll get a chance to do those before the game during warmups. So people will get a chance to see that during warmups.
Hey, like these skills that you guys, I mean, this is kind of just me, the fan talking, but like, how do you recognize that you have that ability at such a young age and that you can continue to do this?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of in my blood and my DNA, so it's kind of just there. But I really didn't learn the tricks that I know now until I actually got into the team. Um, I was able to learn from people who I saw play growing up, um, and I was also able to play with them as well. So it was really cool to see that and to learn from my OGs, is what we say. So yeah, that's kind of how we got into it and we'll always have like a basketball with us in our hotel rooms. Um, we'll always be working on stuff in the locker rooms and stuff like that, and being able to be surrounded by teammates that want to help you and want you to be better as a player and as a person. It's priceless.
If that doesn't sound like the Harlem Globetrotters culture, I don't know what does.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
brotherhood. You guys do have a female basketball player, I understand.
yeah. We've got
Tell me a little bit about her.
Yeah, we've got a couple. We've got Spice. We've got Spice, Sunshine. We've got Ace. Oh man, yeah. We've got a whole crew of them. They're awesome. TNT, Torch, some of the originals. They're great. They can play with us. They have great tricks as well, trick shots, ball handling. They can do it all. They're incredible, and just huge props to them for putting up with guys for 3 months to 5 months or 6 months out of the year. Um, so they love us, we love them. They're sisters to us, and they're really, really special, and it's an honor to have them with us.
It's amazing. That's amazing. Um, yeah, man, I really having this opportunity just to hear about something that I've never personally been able to see. I've never really been to a Harlem Globetrotters game.
Really?
Really, seriously.
Oh yeah, you got to go to this one then.
I got to. I mean, um I guess the most popular sports team that to recently emerge, I think for a lot of people my age has been the Savannah Bananas,
Yeah.
right? Like a team that kind of just jokes around, but they do cool tricks. That's like I guess kind of one of your modern day imitators would be the
Yep.
Savannah Bananas. Granted, it's
Absolutely.
baseball, different sport, but similar concept. And their main goal get the fans involved and get them to enjoy the game.
Yep.
So I really appreciate what you guys do. I appreciate groups that see that yes, sports are competitive, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be competitive, but it's not always about that. It's not always about the competition. Sometimes it's genuinely about creating community.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what you do. Anything else you want to add before we kind of start to wrap this up?
No, I'm good. I just want to say thank you for having me. It was an honor to, fulfill a childhood dream.
Tell me
And
about it, man. Listen,
uh,
seeing you spin the ball on your finger, like that's just like that was it. We could have ended it right there.
yeah, really an
But
honor for me, and hope to have you at the game.
hey, man, I hope to see you guys, and I hope you put on a show. Very excited.
Absolutely, we'll do.
All right, well, thank you. This has been an interview with Sweet Lou II out of Houston, Texas, and thank you for joining us, Lou.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.